right, this Bluegrass Sports Nation, we're here live, post-game after the first game, second night, 2022 14th Region Tournament, and the Breathitt County Bobcats advanced to the semifinals, 67-43 over Knox Central. We have head coach John Noble with us, Austin Sperry, Jalen Turner, and Luke Bellamy. Coach, big win here tonight. Get off on the winning step here in the regional tournament. Tell us your initial thoughts on how the game played out after tonight.
I thought we did a really good job of adjusting. Our guys did. You know, we got up fairly big early, fought through some foul trouble in the second quarter. Had some guys coming off the bench, fighting battle, helped us hold on to that lead. Came back out third, had to change some stuff up because of all the foul trouble. We couldn't get out and press the way that we wanted to, so we kind of had to drop back half court, do a couple different things that we've really not done a lot of this year. And I thought the guys responded really well. I thought our communication and movement was really outstanding.
Well, you started off both halves really hot. You started off 7-0 before the first basket for Knott in the first half. And I think it was 13-0 in the second half. Come out and really blitzed them beginning of the third quarter. So talk a little bit about your preparation before the game and then the adjustments at halftime to make that work.
Well, I mean, one of the things we talk a lot about, and we talk about several things here today, but one thing we talk about is sharing the basketball. And I thought early in that first quarter and early in the third quarter, we got a lot of hands on the basketball. We got a lot of movement, ball touched paint several times, and when we're sharing that ball, and we've got some guys in that paint that score. It opens everything else up on the perimeter. And I thought the way we distributed the basketball offensively was a big key tonight.
Well, I'll tell you, the game started out and noticeable in the first quarter was Jalen's energy. He ends up with 22 and 6 on the night, and that's not telling the full story. And defensively was just as potent as he was in the offensive end. Talk about Jalen and his performance tonight.
Well, I mean, the thing with Jalen, and I've said this multiple times before, Jalen's one of those guys that can score 5 points and take over a dominant basketball game because he can feel the right side of the stat sheet, rebounding. A lot of times, man-to-man, he either guards the best player or the second best player on that team. And sometimes it's guard, sometimes it's post. He probably defended three or four different guys tonight, I guess, when you're man-to-man. And, when he's clicking offensively, you see, we're a different animal. And when he's doing that, because everything else we know we're going to get out of him, night in, night out, providing him with trouble. But when he's doing that, he's kind of the glue. He's the glue on our team. Our guys feed off him.
Charlie, pull up Knock up for me. Talk a little bit about your game tonight. Impressive.
It was definitely a good way to come back to region tournament after missing it last year. That was a big thing that fueled me. Just my senior year, too. It's like a win to go home.
I was about to say that. This is your last go around. So talk about your thought process and what you're doing to lead these guys right now.
I just make sure everybody keeps their head on straight. Like, we can't look over at anybody. We definitely got one of the harder sides of the bracket, too. Two of the top dogs in the 14th region and the Knox one. They're no push over easy. We come out home tonight now. Do it a little bit next time.
Well, anytime you beat a BB King coach team, you're doing something. And that was my concern coming into this game, because BB can take some kids and play you anytime he wants to. John, talk about what Knott did here tonight. In that second quarter, you came out, went up big. Second quarter, they outscored you, I think it was 18-11 to draw to 6 at halftime. And talk about what Coach King and his Patriots did there in that second quarter.
They did a really good job of taking advantage of our foul trouble. They hurt us on the boards. Late first quarter, early second quarter, they hurt us on the boards. Because Scott Shepard, I don't know who I talked to the other day here. Scott Shepard plays basketball harder than most people do anything. And if he's on the glass, and Chuck came in and Huff and Kaiser and those guys, they beat us on the boards. It felt like late first quarter, early second quarter. Most of our fouls came off their offensive boards. They got us in foul trouble. And they did a really good job of using that size. And, defensively, got the pass lane, got a couple steals off of us, used that length. And then they got on the board and they hurt us inside because, when we got the foul trouble, we get significantly smaller. And the guys battle did a good job, but, physically, some of those guys are hard to match up with.
Austin ended up with 9 tonight and 5 boards. Talk a little bit about your game tonight.
I wasn't scoring as much tonight, so I tried to play a lot more defense and get my teammates involved more tonight.
Right, Luke, you ended up also in double figures with 12. Let's see, you had 2 3-pointers. Talk a little bit about your game tonight.
Everybody just come to play. Who's ready to play not with.
All right, guys, we are on to the semifinals. You get back out here once Perry Central pile and see, you know, both, let them both right at the end of the season, so John talked about. You know, we've changed the schedule here now that you guys were not playing every night, and you've got a couple of days to get ready to talk about how you'll get prepared for the next round, no matter who you play.
Whoever wins this game is gonna be a physical team that rebounds basketball. Pal came down here a few weeks ago, and we beat them 17 or 18, something like that. Jalen went down in the first half, we held him out second half. Bryce went down early in the fourth. They hung around, got to 11 or 12, but they really whipped us on the board that night. So Cal County is a team that's physical. If they can rebound the basketball early, I think they've got a shot. Perry is Perry Central. You know, they're gonna be here every year. Coach Hoskins, I think this might be the best defensive team he's had in a while. They're extremely physical, on and off the ball, and they do a great job on the boards. And then offensively, you know, they don't take a ton of bad shots. They execute really well. They move the ball really well. They're playing and have played all year as well as anybody else.
Guys, congratulations. Breathitt County Bobcats moved on to the semifinals, 67-43 over Knox. See you on Sunday.
Thank you.